You know, most of the time, I try to offer my talks in a common sense, linear fashion, take spiritual principles or truths or ideas and lay them out that way. And today, I'm going to take a little different tact. And perhaps some of you will follow and perhaps some of you won't. Truth is, I get paid either way, you know. So. But how many of you, don't raise your hands, but just ask yourself, how many of you think life is going to get better? Life is going to change and life is going to get better. Okay, what I'm going to propose this morning is no. It won't. Life has been going on since way before mankind. Life is everything. And that everythingness, that life, doesn't change. It goes on, it happens with our approval or our disapproval, with our pleasure or with our not pleasure. What changes is our perception of our experiences. But life is everything. Each one of us is given life. Brand new baby yesterday or the day before. A brand new life, given life. How many of us are willing to give ourselves to life? To be totally alive. Without judgment, without fear, without filters, without conditioning, all of those things that we've developed that actually separate us or allow us to only accept a certain portion of life that we choose. But to be alive in a life experience with none of those filters, with none of those conditions, none of those judgments. Life is, it's messy, it's beautiful. It has in the experience everything that a human being can experience. It has heartbreak. Rips your heart apart. And a minute later, it can make your heart burst with love and joy and awe. Life can give you agony and ecstasy, pain and pleasure. And to experience all of those things that life offers requires us to allow it. Will we allow ourselves, this individual being, to be part of life, to be alive without judgment? My granddaughter had on a t-shirt last weekend that said, "I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining to you why I'm right." Every one of us has had heartbreak, has experienced love, has experienced pain, has experienced pleasure, has seen beauty, has seen ugly. Those are all things that life is designed to present to us. We're designed to be part of that. We have the capacity to be part of that, to be life. And we say, oh, poor me. Oh, darn. That's us. That's our perception. That's not life. Do you think that you have the capacity to allow yourself to be alive with no restrictions, with no judgment? You do. You do. It takes work. We've been conditioned and been developing beliefs. It's our beliefs and our fears and our conditioning that prevent us from being alive. Life's there. It's all around us. It's our own perceptions, our own beliefs. That prevent, that block, that separate us from the life that's everywhere. We participate, all of us, in a lot of practices. Our practice of giving, our practice of meditation, some practice yoga. These are all practices that we work on to help us transcend the emotions and the fears and the anger. They're all very valuable to us. We all choose to do different things. But I'm suggesting today that the real practice is living, being alive. I got to thinking about something last night. It was so funny, I called Vivian. When I consider people who are demonstrative of being alive, accepting and living life just as it comes, however it is, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sweet, the bitter, I think of, what do I call her? Saint Mother Sister Teresa. And I thought about this woman who spent most of her life living life, taking it all on, whatever it was. And then I got to picturing Mother Teresa in some spandex leotards doing the downward dog. Just, she lived the practice of being alive. And this practice is an ongoing thing. It isn't one day, let go of all the limitations, I'm just alive now. In 30 seconds, someone will say something that will set you on fire. It's an ongoing practice. And I think all of us have tasted that being alive. When we've transcended, whatever it is we've transcended, to be alive, even if it's just for a moment. I mentioned a couple weeks ago about skydiving and roller coaster rides, when you transcend the fear and all of a sudden you're alive. You're having feelings and sensations and experiences that most of the time you do not allow in your life. You filter them. I've tasted some of those. And I think it was last week when I was talking about abundance, I think that I said something like, gratitude and chocolate truffles were perhaps the two most pleasurable, wonderful things about life. Well, I think when you are in that moment of being alive, there's a chocolate truffle there. And I think that truffle is that in that moment, or minutes, or hours, or days, when you're truly alive, you become a part of this divine plan, the divine order of things that Barbara was talking about this morning. And in that being one with the divine, that's when you experience love. It's not a thing. You can't describe it. It is the essence of the divine. It's the essence of everything. And when you are alive, truly alive, you know, you feel, you taste, smell, and hear love. Life's not going to get better. Only your perception is going to get better. Only when you allow yourself to appreciate the experiences that life has waiting for every one of us, that's when it gets better. There's everything that a human being can possibly experience waiting for each one of us to experience it in our own time, place, and way. It's our choice. Life. It is everything to a human being, to you, and to me. Don't filter it away. Don't opinionate it away. Live it. Taste it. Feel it. And enjoy it. It's yours. It's ours. Can you imagine?